been involved in Microsoft stack of data, warehouses, ETL, BI implementations. Let's understand the actual Azure data engineering constructs practically in our classes from today. Before we proceed with our practice, before we proceed with our hands-on, let's understand what exactly the data engineering means. To understand the data engineering, we should have databases first. So let's start with database, then engineering, then what exactly the data engineering course contains, what we need to learn, the components. Let's get started slowly, step by step. First, what is database? A platform to store any type of data and any amount of data, fully secured. Two basic types of databases, OLTP, data warehouse. OLTP, online transaction processing databases, to store live real-time data like live temperature, live stock market operations, anything live. OLTP. Data warehouse, to store historical data, old temperature data, old stock market data, anything old, we have data warehouse. I repeat, live real-time OLTP. And history warehouse, data warehouse, historical data. And we need to bridge these items together. And that is what we do in data engineering stream. We are going to involve in reading the data from various sources like files, databases, apps, social media, etc. Read data from various sources, transform, change their look and feel, change their format, finally load the data into warehouse. So as a data engineer, we are responsible for design of data warehouses, first primary thing. Next, implement data extraction and transformations, and cloud storage, security and optimizations. So the data engineering process involves extraction, transformation and loading activities, big data storage, analytics, cloud computing structures and real-time data access. Okay, so these are the main items. I repeat again, as a data engineer from today, we need to involve in something called ETL and warehouse. Now, how to implement this? There are different ways to implement ETL and warehouse. We have Azure, Fabric, AWS, Databricks, Snowpark, various techniques to implement ETL from various companies. Same way, data warehousing, Azure, Fabric, AWS, Snowflake, different companies came with different products to implement warehouse. We choose Azure, a stable technology to work with both ETL and warehouse activities together. Both Azure, ETL and Azure warehouse can give us a cheaper mechanism, comparatively cheaper way to implement end-to-end big data activities. You compare the pricing with AWS or Fabric or others, Azure has more to offer for less price. In my classes from tomorrow, I am going to practically teach you step by step Azure Databricks, Azure Data Factory and their communication integrations. Apache Spark, Synapse SQL Pool, Data Lake and their connections from ETL. So we are going to learn ETL and warehouse technologies with the backdrop, the actual data sources. Towards the end, I'll be showing you the connections to Power BI, warehouse connections to Power BI. So I divided the entire course into various modules. Module 1, Data Factory and Synapse, wherein we learn about pipelines and Git configurations. Module 2 is all about data lake, IoT, events, event hub, key vaults, metrics, etc. Module 3 is a open source ETL and warehouse called Databricks, Unity catalog, Medallion architecture, Python ETL notebooks, Spark AI implementations with complete resume guidance. Either you opt for my live online or self-paced videos or in-house classroom, anyone you opt for, and the same curriculum, anyone can join my classes. Things will be practical step by step. Now let's step into our detailed course content. Please revise your MS SQL concepts. We are not into programming. Regular MS SQL basics, please revise. Programming not required, only queries enough. Especially joins, group by, merge statement, windows, rank functions. Please revise them for the complete practical understanding of my data engineering classes. So I will be teaching you something called data factory pipelines, data flow, Spark cluster, Databricks, PySpark, incremental loads, Unity catalog, data governance, Hadoop insights, and IoT, CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous deployment activities, and something called as Azure functions, Fabric cloud concepts and migrations. We have two projects. One project work for Data Factory Synapse, another project work for Databricks, two separate modules. Let me take you back to one of my previous slides just to make it clear. Here it is. Databricks is actually from open source. Data Factory, complete Microsoft brand. Databricks talks about notebooks, PySpark notebooks. Data Factory deals with pipelines, and they are good friends. So we are going to have two different projects because few companies implement ETL using Databricks, few other companies using Data Factory, and very few companies implement both together for few special reasons. We are going to deal with all those items carefully, step by step. From here, just to get some idea, the complete list of concepts we need to learn in our classes. If possible, please take a screenshot. Please take a print screen of this item just for a easier reference checklist. We are going to deal with all these items practically. And today we'll set up the lab environment. Further, detailed notes, step-by-step activities, assignments, feedback analysis, mock interviews, resume preparation, project works, I will take care. I need your support. On-time practice required, please. My kind request. With this information, let's step into our lab configuration now. Let's step into our lab activity because we need to start our practice. We need to configure our lab. We'll do it slowly, step by step. Okay, so here we go. First, to step into our lab activity, what we do, let's see. Yeah, before we proceed, any questions, let me know, please. I will wait. Please, any questions, let me know before we step into our lab configurations. I will wait. Yes, others, please, everyone, any questions, let me know. I'll wait. Fine. Please see if we can interact, okay, for best results, please. Let's continue. Let's understand how to step into our lab activity, how to get the accounts created, and how to start working with the items. Let's. So for this purpose, I'll provide you one Word document today. Please see if we can refer to the Word document carefully. I'll mail you after the class today. What is cloud? A virtual environment to host any data or applications. Easy, secure, faster access using web URLs and tools. What is Azure? Microsoft Cloud Platform to host, secure, manage, and access various applications and data. So with Azure Cloud, we enjoy below advantages: cheaper, highly secure, easy integrations with other data storage platforms. Our examples in our classes: Fabric, Snowflake. I'll be teaching you how to integrate with Snowflake and Fabric in my Azure classes, and suits Windows and open source platforms. So what is Azure data engineering? It is an art of designing ETL structures and perform warehouse activities. So let's understand how to implement this ETL and warehouse. So for this purpose, remember, it's a very important item. I'll just put this one. Okay, here it is. We have few important items we need to remember. I'll just put this one, a small table. Open source ETL Databricks. Okay, open source data warehouse, Spark database. By heart these things carefully. Next, same way we have Microsoft ETL, that is Microsoft ETL data factory, open source, and Microsoft warehouse, Azure SQL pool, also called Synapse. We also call it as Synapse. These are the main primary objects, primary components. Open source ETL, open source warehouse. Microsoft ETL, Microsoft warehouse. In open source ETL, we design something called PySpark notebooks. Okay, comma jobs. Here we design something called pipelines and triggers. By heart these new items carefully. We store data in tables. We store data in tables. Manage using temp views. Manage using something called temp views. Okay, next. Here it is. Same way. Here we manage using views, not temp views, regular views. Next. Here the main purpose of warehouse stores aggregated data, aggregated and incremental data. Same is the case with SQL pool also. Aggregated data, incremental data, both. So in our classes, we need to learn all these 4 items. Then understand how to integrate each of them. Okay, so for this purpose, we need to define or we need to create one Azure account. How do you get that Azure account? Let's see. So here is the complete set of components we need to learn in our classes. I'll mail you this Word document. Please take a print copy of it if possible. Okay, now let's see the lab plan. How to create Azure account. Visit this website portal.azure.com. Okay, here you go. Portal.azure.com, like this. Very first time you go to portal.azure.com, very first time it says no account, create one. Click on create one. No account, create one. Okay, once you click on create, it asks you for the email address. Supply an email address, you get one confirmation mail. You click on the confirmation link and you get access to one portal. Remember, we call it Azure portal. How it looks, let me show you. Like this. It's coming up now. The first look would be like this. Okay, this is a first look. So remember the website portal.azure.com, just email address enough to get the account. For our practice, we need to have the day-to-day ETL and warehouse activities. For that, subscription is required. Okay, this one, subscription. Click on subscription. Click on add subscription. Click on add subscription. And here it says free trial subscription. This one, select offer. Click select offer like this. Once you click on select offer, you get one subscription defined. Next, you get one offer. Click on offer and you enter your card details, credit card, debit card, anything is fine. Enter the card details. You get a confirmation mail, mobile OTP. Subscription will be created. Now let's understand more about the subscription. Here it is. Next comes important items. Let's observe carefully. Here we go. If possible, write your observation notes. If possible, if you can. Here it is. Inside Azure Cloud, we just created a subscription, right? Free subscription or paid, anything is okay. Recommended to have free subscription. Inside subscription, we are supposed to create something called resource groups. Resource group 1, group 2, group 3, like this. Inside resource groups, we need to have, inside resource group, we need to have the required databases, warehouse, ETL, analytics, machine learning, etc. Multiple resources. Inside resource group, we have multiple items, we call them resources. And we can access the resources by using browser, tools, etc. So observe carefully again. Azure Cloud has something called subscription. Inside subscription, we have resources. Inside subscription, we have resources. And resources are mainly used for performing the activity like storage, ETL, etc. Okay. Sometimes these resources are also called as components. From here, any questions, let me know, please. I will wait. Please go through the things carefully. Any questions so far, let me know. Mic with everyone, please. I'll wait.
Yes, do you want us to create the account now? or later on?
Yeah, before tomorrow's class, please. Yeah, before tomorrow's class. Okay, you'll do it before
Sure.
tomorrow's class. Others, any
Sure.
more questions, please? Yep, yep. Thank you. Others, please. I'll wait. Fine. Next. Okay. Once you go through these notes carefully, understand the things. Next, very, very important item. There is something called cloud computing, because whatever we are learning from tomorrow refers to the concept of cloud computing. Let's understand. Okay, here it is. Friends, these are all very important for us to get the things carefully. Cloud computing is a technology. It is a technology using which we reserve certain resources. Okay, processor, memory resources, and perform engineering, data science, and analytic operations on various formats of data. Cloud computing components are mandatory for data warehouse platforms. Next, data engineers are responsible to manage the data warehouse compute and also ETL implementations. How? This is what we are going to learn from tomorrow. So remember, data engineering is all about cloud computing activities. So here and there we come across something called as virtual machines, VMs. To understand that VMs, there are few important items we need to know. What are they? Let's see. Number one, cloud implementation types. What are the cloud implementation types? Here it is, ERs. To understand cloud computing, we need something called cloud implementation types. I'll mail you all these notes anyway. The cloud provider, example, Microsoft. Cloud provider gives us basic level environment and few maintenance options like automated patching. We need to manage the storage and disk management, storage and disk, application configurations, network IP, etc. This is called ERs. Tomorrow's class. Tomorrow, the moment you have something called cloud compute, we get one VM automatically. Friends, things are very simple, straightforward. Let me show you how the user interface looks from tomorrow. Here it is. Just wait for a few moments. Let me open one of the sample user interfaces to get into this concept called cloud computing. There is one concept called Databricks. I said open source, right? Databricks. Microsoft Data Factory, open source Databricks. We need to learn everything carefully. Microsoft ETL, open source ETL. There you see something called cloud symbol compute, right? This one. We are going to create something called clusters. Those clusters internally invoke VM, virtual machines, with certain processor and memory, like 14 GB RAM, 4-core processor. VMs will be auto configured. All these come under IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Then comes PaaS, platform as a service. Cloud provider manages storage, networking, applications, and the platform. We are responsible for security, mainly for security only. All hosting, cloud provider, Microsoft will take care. Security part we need to take care, that is PaaS. SaaS, software as a service. Everything cloud provider will take care. Only few items like alerts, metrics, cost management, we need to take care. I repeat, assume we go to a restaurant. Then we say table for 4, table for 2 or 3, 5, etc. That is SaaS, software as a service. We don't pay anything extra for the ambience or the service they provide. But we order some food items, right? That is PaaS. They cook and serve it. Sometimes we need to serve ourselves, but they cooked it already. Majority portion they did it. Main activity. Remaining eating part we need to take care, right? Serving part sometimes we have to take care. That is PaaS, platform as a service. Now at your home, you go to market, you bring the vegetables. Sorry, at least me. I bring the vegetables, right? We clean it, dice it, slice it, cook it, and then we eat it. That is IaaS. Yes, the vegetable vendors near my apartment, they sell, I didn't grow it, right? They sell it to me. I buy them, right? So once I buy them, I need to clean, dice, slice, cook, and then serve it onto the dinner plate. That is IaaS. I mean, 50% work, cloud will take care. Remaining 50%, we need to take care. IaaS. PaaS, 80% they take care, like restaurant. They bought it from the market, they cleaned it, they diced it, they cooked it. We need to simply eat it. That is PaaS. Now the other side of the coin, SaaS, the ambience we enjoy, the plates and the glass that they put on your table in the restaurant. We don't pay anything for it separately, right? That is SaaS, alerts, metrics, all housekeeping activities. That is SaaS, as simple as that. Give me 1 week time. We have more clarity on all these items carefully. What is this? Cloud implementation types we call. Next, we also need to know something else called public and private clouds, different modes of cloud implementation. Okay, that is item number 9. Now, final item number 10. So whenever you get the Azure cloud, okay, see, whenever you get the Azure cloud, I said we can create resources, right? Those resources can be categorized into IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. These are all the resources. Further, there is another categorization of resources: private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. The cloud models, private, public, hybrid, play a vital role in end-to-end implementations. We need to learn with examples: private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. Public cloud means it is built, controlled, and maintained by third-party cloud providers. With public cloud, anyone can purchase cloud service and use them. Private cloud. Private cloud pertains to a specific corporate data center for a company. This cloud is controlled and maintained by a single entity or cloud provider. more secure, faster, but involves more cost. Private clouds are implementation by various companies. They can customize the cloud environment as per their needs. See here, this is public cloud. So you log into portal.azure.com, I log into portal.azure.com. We see the same thing, same interface. Next, whenever you have some public cloud, the interface remains same. But what if it is private cloud? Private cloud is the same cloud customized by various companies as per their requirements. That is private. Hybrid, very, very rare, wherein few entities use or few teams will use public cloud. Few more teams can use private cloud within the same project. It offers more security, but very, very rare, very costly affair. In our classes, we need to touch base with these items as well. What is that? Private cloud, public cloud. From here, we'll stop now. I request you to go through all these notes carefully, please, so that we get some idea like what is what. Okay, and then tomorrow we'll be understanding slowly how to create our own activities or our own public cloud concepts, resources. We'll do it slowly, step by step. What are resources again? Resources are the items we buy from Azure shop. So anything we buy like data factory, Databricks, storage, anything, everything we buy is a resource. With this we'll stop now. Just to recap once again, we are going to learn the concepts pertaining to ETL and warehouse. So I'll just take you back to our notes once again. Here it is. We are learning slowly what is cloud, Azure, and data engineering. Remember, open source ETL, open source warehouse, Microsoft ETL, Microsoft warehouse. From there, here are the list of all components we need to learn in our classes. So how to create Azure account? Go to portal.azure.com. No account, create one. Once we create account, we get something called subscription. Azure account contains subscription. Subscription contains resource groups. Resource group contain actual resources. So any item we buy in Azure is called a resource. The resource is a basic building block in Azure, like Azure SQL Server, Azure SQL database, pool, data factory, etc. From there we learned what is cloud computing and the cloud implementation types. Item 1 to 9, please refer to the things carefully. 10, optional for now, we'll take it separately. Cloud modes, cloud implementation modes. Item 1 to 9, please go through them carefully today. What next? From tomorrow, we'll slowly start our practice items. I'll mail you this document today. Please go through it carefully. Any questions, let me know, please. I'll stay back. Please, I will wait.